Everyone is talking about the usual giants: Brazil, France, Argentina, England, Spain. The football world has already decided that one of these nations will probably lift the FIFA 2026 World Cup trophy. But what if everyone is wrong? What if the team that wins the tournament isn't one of the favorites? What if the next world champion is a nation that most fans aren't even discussing? A team hiding in plain sight. A team with talented players, a dangerous system, and absolutely nothing to lose. History has shown us that every World Cup creates new heroes. Nobody expected Croatia to reach the final in 2018. Very few people believed Morocco could reach the semifinals in 2022. And now there is another underdog quietly preparing for something special. A team that could shock the entire football world. And by the end of this video, you may start believing that this so-called underdog has a real chance of becoming FIFA 2026's biggest surprise.
One of the biggest mistakes football fans make is assuming that the strongest teams on paper always win. That is not how the World Cup works. The tournament is short. The pressure is enormous. One mistake can end years of preparation. One injury can destroy a title dream. One penalty shootout can eliminate a giant. This is why the World Cup is different from league football. In a league season, the best teams usually finish at the top because they have months to recover from setbacks. At the World Cup, there are no second chances. A single bad night can send a favorite home. That is exactly what underdogs need. They don't need to be perfect for an entire year. They only need to be perfect for a few weeks. And that creates opportunities for teams nobody expects.
The team we're talking about is Morocco. Yes, Morocco. Many football fans still see Morocco as a surprise package. But maybe that's outdated thinking. Maybe Morocco isn't an underdog anymore. Maybe they are becoming a genuine football powerhouse. Think about what they achieved at the last World Cup. They defeated top teams. They reached the semifinals. They became the first African nation ever to achieve that feat. And they did it with organization, discipline, belief, and tactical intelligence. That wasn't luck. Lucky teams don't beat world-class opponents repeatedly. Morocco earned every result. And now, they have even more experience.
One reason people underestimate Morocco is because they don't recognize how much quality exists in the squad. Look across Europe's biggest leagues. Moroccan players are everywhere. They play in elite competitions. They compete against the world's best players every week. This isn't a team made up of unknown footballers. Many of these players have experience in the Champions League. Many understand high-pressure matches. Many have already experienced the intensity of a World Cup knockout stage. That experience is priceless. When FIFA 2026 begins, panic will destroy some teams. Pressure will crush others. But Morocco already knows what it feels like to play in front of millions while carrying the hopes of an entire continent.
Hunger. Think about it. Many football superpowers enter every tournament expecting success. For them, reaching the quarterfinals isn't enough. The pressure becomes overwhelming. Fans demand perfection. Media criticism becomes relentless. Every mistake becomes a national crisis. Underdogs operate differently. They play with freedom. Nobody expects them to win. Nobody expects them to dominate. That mentality can become a weapon. Players take more risks. They play with greater confidence. They become dangerous because they are fearless. Morocco showed exactly that mentality in previous tournaments, and fearless teams are often the hardest teams to stop.
Modern football isn't just about talent. It's about systems, organization, discipline, structure. A well-drilled team can defeat a more talented team. We've seen this repeatedly. Morocco's defensive structure has become one of their greatest strengths. They don't simply defend. They defend intelligently. Spaces disappear. Passing lanes close. Opponents become frustrated. And when frustration appears, mistakes follow. That tactical discipline allows Morocco to remain competitive against nations with larger football traditions. In tournament football, that matters enormously. A team that is difficult to break down can survive deep into a competition. And once you're in the final stages, anything becomes possible. Modern football isn't just about talent. It's about systems,
Organization, discipline, structure. A well-drilled team can defeat a more talented team. We've seen this repeatedly. Morocco's defensive structure has become one of their greatest strengths. They don't simply defend, they defend intelligently. Spaces disappear, passing lanes close, opponents become frustrated. And when frustration appears, mistakes follow. That tactical discipline allows Morocco to remain competitive against nations with larger football traditions. In tournament football, that matters enormously. A team that is difficult to break down can survive deep into a competition. And once you're in the final stages, anything becomes possible.
Let's be honest, the Giants aren't perfect. France has enormous talent, but faces tremendous expectations. England always carries unbelievable pressure. Brazil constantly deals with the burden of history. Argentina faces the challenge of maintaining success after recent triumphs. Spain continues evolving and rebuilding. Every favorite has weaknesses. Every favorite has questions. Every favorite has pressure. Meanwhile, Morocco can quietly prepare. No headlines, no global expectations, no obsession from international media. That could become a major advantage.
One thing football fans underestimate is momentum. Momentum is powerful. When a team starts believing, extraordinary things happen. Players run harder, passes become sharper, confidence grows, fear disappears. Suddenly, impossible victories become possible. We saw this with Morocco before. Every win increased belief. Every upset increased confidence. Every success made them stronger. If Morocco starts FIFA 2026 well, the same pattern could happen again. And that possibility should worry every favorite.
Imagine the scenes. Imagine the celebrations. Imagine the shock.
A Morocco World Cup victory would be one of the greatest stories in football history. It would transform perceptions forever. It would inspire millions of young footballers. It would prove that football's established order can be challenged. It would show that belief, organization, and determination can overcome reputation. And perhaps most importantly, it would remind the world why we love football. Because football is unpredictable. Because football creates miracles. Because football constantly surprises us.
The big question? Will Morocco actually win FIFA 2026?
Nobody knows. Predicting a World Cup champion is impossible. There are too many variables, too many injuries, too many moments of luck, too many unexpected twists. But here's what we do know. Ignoring Morocco would be a mistake. Underestimating them would be dangerous. Dismissing them would be foolish. The football world underestimated them once before, and they shocked everyone. Could they do it again? Could they go one step further? Could they become the most unexpected world champions of the modern era? That question may sound unbelievable today. But remember, before every great football shock, people always say the same thing. It will never happen. And then, it does. Outro. What do you think? Can Morocco really shock the world and win FIFA 2026? Or is another underdog more likely to make history? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to Winning Pick for more football predictions, World Cup analysis, and the biggest stories in the beautiful game.